What's up, everyone? It's your boy Charles Bender. We're back at it today, filming a video. So this is going to be my first real video I'm posting on my channel. Now, let's just give a great shout out to the big fish that broke my line, not cut it, broke my line, on this rod right here. Just got done, I hate when I do that. Just got done fishing, and we almost caught this bass on this rod right here. This is the Match 1 by Lew's. I love this rod. It's a medium heavy 7.5 action. I got that right, thank God. That's their gear ratio. Love it. Great rod. You can use it for basically anything. I run Tradlines Berkley monofilament on it because, well, I'm an old guy and I love it. Use a lot of top water for it. That's really why. And it's pretty strong, to be honest with you. I like mono just because it's really strong. So, but anyways, back to our big thing that happened. Got out here about 9 o'clock this morning, fishing. Nothing really was happening. There was a lot of fishermen out here. It definitely slowed the bite down because there were so many people out here. When there's a lot of people out here, there's a lot less likely you're gonna catch a bass because everyone's fishing the same spots over and over again. Bass are seeing a lot of the same baits, keep going by them. You just gotta annoy them enough to where they bite them. So, yeah, that's basically what I've been doing this morning, is dealing with kayak fishermen, which I love because you're just using manpower most of the time. I say that I have a trolling motor on mine, so I don't know why I'm saying that. But I do use a lot of manpower to get myself into some tight corners where my trolling motor will definitely touch the ground. Now, back to the real stuff. So I'm fishing, and I go from my top water. I started with a jerkbait, went from my jerkbait to my top water popper. From my top water popper, after I talked to one of the guys that was fishing, because he said he'd been trying it all morning on all these other spots, nothing. He caught one, and it was on a finesse. So I said, all right, I already have a finesse tied on this rod right here. Oh my gosh. And we did it. I went out. I got it, came back, fished. I fished on this brush pile that me and my friend made 3 years ago. And there was a lot of fish on it. There's always been a lot of fish on it, and there probably always will be. So, just to let y'all know, the easiest way to make a brush pile without really buying anything, you go find a dead tree. Either A, cut it down, or B, don't cut it down. If it's already laying there, you grab that thing, and you grab all these other things, and you can tie it with fishing line and everything. But what we did is we just kind of intermingled it and then set it on 2 kayaks, brought it out to the middle of the lake, dropped it. And then that was pretty good. So that's how we did ours. And then we put a lot of chum on it so that there were going to be catfish. And then there were going to be a lot of crappie because crappie love brush. And then eventually where the crappie are, the bass come right behind them. So now we have some big bass on there. Caught a lot of my bass there. So this morning, about 9:15, I'm out there, and I realize this is going to be a good time to fish because all these people have just got out here, and let's do it. Third cast. I thought I got it stuck because this is literally my rod. As much as this pains me, was, just like that, but like the whole rod was doing that, not just the tip. And so I'm sitting there, I'm reeling, this thing is moving, this thing is just pushing left to right, like I'm actively fighting this. I get through 2 minutes of this, and this drag is doing good. I mean, it's letting off a little bit when he pulls really hard, but it's also staying strong. So and I'm sitting there like this. I'm just trying to keep it on because I'm thinking this is big. And then snap. On a finesse jig, snapped. I was really mad. And I was like, well, could it have been a line problem? It could be a line nick. It also could be a not problem, but not problems usually don't happen. And let me show you. Well, if they do happen, it's probably because you haven't retied it in a while, and you will tell if it's your line or if it's your knot because of the way it squiggled after it's broken. Unless it broke off right beside the knot and it's actually a fray right beside the knot. But I use this little. Hold on. I use this. This is a cheap knife, about $3 at Cabela's because I got it on sale. Cheap knife. Alright, this thing actually cuts things because it's a knife and it's straight. So I know my cuts are always going to be really ethically straight. I know a lot of people use scissors. I don't got time for that. Okay? I got 2 hands and 12 fingers. Alright, I need to use all 12 of them. Alright, I just like using a knife. I'm not a big guy on that, but I always check my line before I tie my knot on in case I need to cut extra off. Well, I tied on finesse jig a while ago. I checked my line this morning, made sure that knot was very tight and still together, and it was when I fished. It could not have been my knot or nicks in the line because I had tried that. Yes, maybe in 2 casts I could have got a nick in my line, but also, I don't know. Just to mention, this is 17-pound mono. Just to let y'all know. Yeah, it could have been something that's not a bass. It could have been a carp, which it did not, really. Those carp do fight like a bass, but you can tell, if you have a carp on because they're just dead weight for a while. When they get tired, a bass really just doesn't really stop. Which I already took that out of the picture. Carp, I know for a fact don't eat finesse jigs. Now, let's go on to our other things in Lake Lewisville. Gar. Definitely could have been a gar, except I do not think they would eat something with a creature hog and a finesse jig from Berkeley. So, a creature hog and a finesse jig together, what kind of bluegill are they chasing? Because that's pretty big. That bait was at least this long, right? And really thick around. I don't know what they're chasing. Could have been a gar, but also gar are dead weight. They do not fight really until you get them to the boat and then they just go haywire. So couldn't have been that. We got those 2 things out of there. Catfish. Catfish, I fish for catfish literally 24/7. I use noodles, which are basically just jug lines. I use trout lines, and I go out actively fishing on Lake Lewisville in 1 foot of water to go catch these big behemoths. I also have I've also caught a 31-pound catfish, and that thing didn't fight, right? But I still don't know what it could be, right? So we got all those things off that are on Lake Lewisville, that are pretty big on Lake Lewisville. So what else could it be? Could it have been a snake? Unless we got anacondas in here, it ain't a snake. All right, I can just tell you that right now. Could have been. I honestly don't know. It could have been a beaver, but I don't think beavers eat bluegill. I just don't know. I clearly don't have a clue. Could have been a big crappie, but then again, not too sure about that. So I don't know what it could have been. It could have been that big 23-pound bass that I just could have had a world record for, but no, it's not me. So I don't know what it can be, what it could be, whatever it is. So yeah, but that's, in all fairness to say, it could have definitely been my line. It definitely could have. It also could have been it just snaps on accident. I don't know. Maybe it's just it was pulling so hard that it snapped. But I don't know. I genuinely don't know. I don't know. But in all fairness to say, yep, it happens to everyone. Definitely happens to me. This is actually the first time I've ever had a what I think to be a bass break off on me. So yeah, well, just to let y'all know, that's what has been going on. I've been fishing for a while now, and never had that happen before. But you know what's funny is that bass is gonna stay in this lake for probably even longer. So I have potential to catch him again. Maybe 0.00001% that I'm gonna catch that thing again. Still got a chance to catch it again, right? Like, there's still a chance to. I mean, but that thing could already be halfway across the lake by now, and I don't know it. So, but it definitely still has a finesse jig in its mouth, so it's gonna be munching on that for a while. But in all fairness to say, the fish won. I lost. He won't win again, though. I think I might have to switch all my line to 22. Because if that... I don't know. Or maybe switch it to braid, but I'm afraid of braid because it frays. So, anyways, just to let y'all know, Jesus loves you. And I do too. And I will see y'all on the next one. Love y'all.